All right, so we're just gonna go live real quick. Just run down this NHL card for tonight, which is all I'm taking. I didn't take any soccer today. I didn't have lines for Partisan today until like 6 a.m., which was ridiculous, like 2 hours before the game. So didn't end up taking anything there. And then the last like 5 hours, I've just been looking at Italian soccer all weekend. There's some really, really, really interesting spots. So I'm just gonna run through these. Really, the NHL first. See if I can find them. Here we go. Avs in regulation minus 125. This is just worth 1 unit to me because the Blackhawks are going to be really interesting this year. They're either going to go out there and just fall flat on their face and look like they did for the majority of last season, or they're going to go out there and piss everybody off and win this game. This is going to be really interesting. I think you have to play the Avalanche at home in regulation against a team that they are much better than. But the Blackhawks made a lot of key additions in the offseason. Marc-Andre Fleury is now their goalie. They have Tyler Johnson on the first line with Kane and DeBrincat tonight. That is going to be really interesting to watch, getting him from Tampa Bay. And also, they added Seth Jones on the blue line. So this is a team that has a lot of potential to kind of break out this year. But I don't think they're going to be on the Avalanche level, especially in Colorado tonight. Next up, Rangers Washington over 6. First total I'm taking on the season. I love the Rangers this year. I loved them last year. Everybody was telling me I was stupid for saying they were going to be good at the end of the season last year, and they were. I love the Rangers. Capitals still have that firepower. We will see kind of how their style changes a little bit this year, but I'm expecting both these teams to be able to score at least 3 apiece. I think this is going to be probably the highest scoring game of the night. I really like this. The over 5.5 is actually hitting 7 of the last 8 head-to-head, I believe, as well. So there is historical data backing this too, if you're into that sort of thing, which I don't really care about game 1 of the season, but it does help to back that. Parlay, I could have made this 2 units. I love this play. I think the Oilers are the most for sure team to win tonight, and I may eat my words. Maybe they lose to the Canucks. But I don't think so. I think they need to make a statement tonight, especially after they got swept in the playoffs. They really need to go out there, put up a lot of goals against Vancouver. They own this team head-to-head. They have scored at least 3 goals in, I believe, 5 of the last 6 meetings, specifically the games at home, which they are tonight. I really like the Oilers and the Jets, plus 1.5. Yes, the Jets are missing Scheifele tonight. There are a lot of question marks kind of surrounding the Jets, but at the end of the day, this is a veteran team. This is an older team who has a lot of experience, and I just don't think the Ducks are going to be any good. The Ducks were horrible last year. They were horrible the year before. They weren't much better the year before that. I think the Ducks are in a lot of trouble right now. This is a team that I'm expecting to see at the bottom of the standings the entire year. So I will take the alt line and take Jets plus 1.5, parlay minus 115. I do have 3 leans. I'm playing these for a half unit each. Like I said, I think I spelled that wrong. Wow. That is Draisaitl anytime scorer plus 120. I actually see this plus 100 on Bovada now. But look, McDavid and Draisaitl, at least one of them should score at least 1 goal tonight. I would be shocked if neither of these guys scored tonight. So I might as well throw half a unit on each of them. Hit one, we break even. Hit both, we're up 1.25 units. So pretty solid. 1.35 units, actually. Or no, 1.3. No, I don't know. 1.25 units. I don't know. We'll do the math later. But anyways, last NHL lean here. Plus 263 parlay. Avs first period over 1.5. I think that, like I said, I think the Blackhawks could come out and piss a lot of people off and win this game. If they get an early goal, the Avs should bounce back, respond right away. Avs, in my opinion, should score 2 in this first period by themselves. I think both teams to score in the first period is a really interesting look here if you really like plus money. And Oilers first period minus 0.5, I think they are going to go out and make a statement. Like I said earlier, they really need to after getting swept in the playoffs and losing how they did. They had the 2 best scorers in the entire league on their team. They have beaten Vancouver in the first period outright in 4 of the last 5 head-to-head meetings as well. So I'm kind of playing the numbers there just a little bit, but I think it's worth half a unit. Now, let's get into soccer. And I didn't make banners for these, so I will do that as I'm speaking. But I really like some spots in Italy this week. Sevilla plays on Sunday. I can't decide if I like total, team total, or money line better. So I might not have any action on the Sevilla this weekend. I can't decide if I think they're going to win this game first off, so I'm not sure if money line is the play. But at the same time, I think this game goes way over 2.25. I think if it was at 2, I would be slamming this, but it's not. It's at 2.25. And there's one side of the game where this could end 2-2 or 2-1, or there's the side of the game that could just end 1-0 Sevilla and break everything. So I don't know if I'm going to play this game or not. Just my thoughts on that. Partisan also, I don't have lines for them yet. I don't like this spot for them. I think they probably win this game 2-0. If this spread is -2.5, I will not be playing it. If first half is -1, I'd probably play that actually. But if it was anything over -1 in the first half or anything over -2 for full game, I'm probably not going to touch them this weekend either. But anyways, Italy, Fiorentina. This game is actually, I think this is let me pull it up. I think this is the last game of the entire Italian round. I think this is actually on Monday. Let me see here. But I really like Fiorentina to win this game, and I probably should have started with Sampdoria because my reasoning for Fiorentina and Sampdoria this weekend are very similar, but I'm playing them different ways. Yes, so this game is Monday at Venezia. And so I really like this. Venezia has not been very good this season. They have kind of overachieved a little bit in their last couple of games, taking 2 draws and beating Empoli about 5 games ago. It burned me so bad. But Fiorentina is a very good team this year. They're not the same team they were last year. They really have put their pieces together. Defensively, they have a few things they could patch up, but they have been playing much better football altogether. I really like Fiorentina just to win this game outright. They're the better side. They deserve to be in 5th place where they are in the standings. And Venezia with 5 points in 7 games. This is just a classic Serie A team who is in a top 5 spot playing a team that just got promoted. If you want to look at it that way, I think Fiorentina should go out, and I think Fiorentina should win this game by at least 2 goals. I may be playing them -1 as well because I just don't see them losing this or drawing this game. And next up, let me get into Sampdoria. I think this is +115. I got all my lines on BetUS for the BetUS Serie A show tomorrow, but Sampdoria team total over 1.5 +115. If I'm not mistaken, they're playing at Cagliari, and this is a good spot for them because Fiorentina is the most underachieving team in Serie A right now. What's very interesting about them is they have been losing to very, very good teams, right? So they just lost to Juventus 3-2, and they lost to Napoli 4-0. And earlier this year, their only other loss was against AC Milan. They only have 1 win on the season. It's against Empoli. They have 3 draws. 2 of those draws, they scored at least 2 goals. So that's why I think Sampdoria is a better team to take team total other than money line. Whereas for Fiorentina, I flipped the script. I took money line instead of team total because Fiorentina could definitely win that game 1-0. But Sampdoria has been underachieving this year. They are top 5 for expected goals for, expected goals against. They have just not been really able to put everything together, and they have had a tough schedule so far as well. So I'm going to give them credit for that, but they're scoring against bad teams. They may be drawing games, but they're scoring against bad teams, and I think this is exactly what this is. Not a big fan of Cagliari. I think Cagliari is not very good, to be quite honest. 2 goals against Empoli, 2 goals against Napoli, 2 goals against Lazio, 3 goals against Genoa, 4 goals against the AC Milan, 2 goals against for Spezia. I love this play. I think this is very solid. And I sent somebody my plays earlier, so let me see what those odds were. Yeah, that is the right line. It was over 1.5 +115 on BetUS. And lastly, let me get into this. This is my favorite play the entire weekend, and I'm probably not going to even play it how I'm posting it right now because on BetUS you can't buy down lines. So I have Napoli -1.5 +115. Right now, this is -150 on Bovada. I may actually make this 5 units at -1. I think Napoli is on fire right now. I think they're the best team in Italy right now. Playing a Torino side that has been up and down, you don't really know what you get. I think Napoli at home absolutely smacks them in the mouth this weekend. I think Napoli -1 is just incredible because I don't see that losing. You guys know I really like these -1 spreads, even in the first half for big plus money. I'll play -1 a lot of the time. I think -1.5 wins, but -1, if you can get that line, is an absolute slam. Absolute slam. And I do see this on most books, -1.25 right now. But I absolutely love this. Napoli's just on a different level right now. They're really out competing and outplaying everybody. I do need to do a little bit more of lineup research just to make sure I know everybody who's in, everybody who's out. Have a good grasp on that before I go out and for real sling units on this game. But I'm really looking at this as a max spot. I love it. I think it's fantastic. So anyways, run through it real quick for tonight. Avalanche in regulation, Capitals over 6, Parlay Oilers win, Jets plus 1.5, and then 3 leans. Draisaitl to score, McDavid to score. Parlay of Avs first period over 1.5, Oilers first period -0.5. So that is it. See you guys later.